Hello, my name is Wei Song Lin. I'm an internist practicing in the state of Washington. Today, I would like to share with you my thoughts on the presidential election this year and why it is most important to vote for President Trump. First, I want to give you a little bit more information about myself so you understand where I came from. I grew up in China and I finished medical school in China before I came to the United States to study further. But after I studied, I chose to stay in the US to become a US citizen because I fell in love with this great nation. Um, I've been voting in elections for more than 20 years, but I would say this is the most important election in my lifetime and probably in yours because this election will decide whether US will continue to be this great nation that we love. Now, why do I say America is a great nation? It is easy to name the obvious things, like the material wealth is being the most powerful nation on earth. It has the freedom for everyone to think and speak his mind and to pursue our own dreams and enjoy the fruit of our labor. And what impressed me most was the love of the people that showed to me as they embraced me and other immigrants like myself into the national family. But under all these signs of greatness that we see on the surface, at the foundation of goodness in the national identity, which I will summarize as the three C's: Christianity, Constitution, and capitalism. Now, you may have heard others said it this way because it is not only just a cute word arrangement, it is true. It is the absolute essentials which made America great. I know how precious they are because I lived many years in a country without any of these characteristics, and it made all the difference. Let me expand a little bit more. Christianity means the biblical morality and God's blessing from above. You see, the humble beginning of America was the Mayflower sailing almost exactly 400 years ago of a group of pilgrims coming to North America in search of a land with religious liberty. That eventually led to the birth of the nation founded on the principle that all people are created equal. Even though US wasn't established to be a theocratic nation, the biblical morality had been woven into the fabric of the national identity. When I travel to any older American city or town, I always see the church and the courthouse in the center of the town square. It tells us that the respect for law and the reverence of God um, were the guiding principles of how Americans lived. A nation honoring God is also blessed by God, so God could uh, bless the U.S. to grow so quickly from a fledgling nation to be a mighty force for good in the world. U.S. was the nation that people in the oppressed world would want to be in and look up to as their hope. Well, these liberty that we enjoy in U.S. is guaranteed by the Constitution, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Now, conversely, I grew up in a country where the ruling party controlled every aspect of your life, what you can think, say, what job you can do, and where you can do it. Um, at the time that I finished middle school, fortunately, after the death of Mao, we were given some limited liberty in the form of the economic reform. And I was able to go to college, but my brother, who were older, was not as fortunate. See, these freedom were only given when the Communist Party saw fit, and they could be taken away any time when they felt threatened by the free people, just like what's happening now in Hong Kong. And that's quite different in US because the liberty here is guaranteed in the Constitution. The, the government function as the Constitution defines it to protect our liberty. So with this constitutional liberty, we can pursue our dream guided by our conscience and our desire for better life, and we can reap the reward recognized by the society. So the liberty would work well and only works well alongside with Christian morality on one side to prevent abuse of the liberty, and the free market economy on the other side to reward our hard work. So the third C is capitalism. The right to own property and the free market economy allow and promote hard work and excellence in people, driven by their desire to better life. In turn, their efforts will end up serving others and leads to innovation which enrich the lives of all those who live here and around the world. We can name easily a dozen of things: automobiles, computer, smartphones, medical technology, etc. Even though there are smart people all over the world, including China, but the reason why so many of them only become more successful after coming here to the US is the system here, with these three C's as the foundation guiding the nation's development. President Trump is the president who would uphold all these core values that have made America great, while his opponents, the Democrats, daily assault these values. I have another video which dissect how the Democrats are doing that and how we are now at the brink of losing our beloved nation because of these assaults by the Democrats. But for today, my take-home message is that in order for our nation to remain a great nation, we need to vote for the president who help uphold these values: Constitution, Christianity, and capitalism to make America great. So vote for President Trump. Thank you for hearing me out.